What's up, YouTube? Um, y'all don't know me. I don't make YouTube videos very often. I don't make YouTube videos at all. This is my first YouTube video. But after the recent events from the past 3 days in my life, which maybe this story will help give someone solace in who experienced the same thing as me, maybe worse or on a different scale, but many of you probably have seen, if you clicked on this video, that what has happened with LUNA, Terra token, and then UST. But I am one of those who made the terrible mistake of losing my life savings on one crypto that basically now has become worthless. So a few nights ago, I arrived in Las Vegas for a meeting with work. I work for a major automotive company, and we have a convention here. And Tuesday night after the meetings, I came into my hotel room. I had about at one point it was about $115,000 that I put into BICO, another crypto that was down at the time, and I thought it was a good opportunity to potentially double my money. I was trying to, basically get to about 500 grand to where I would have the freedom to see my son more, who lives in a different state. And so with that plan in place or whatever, over the past 2 weeks, the market's been down, so my investment got down to about 42 grand, and I was still pretty confident right there that eventually it would recover. But as I was scrolling through Coinbase to see all the different current cryptos and where they were sitting, I saw Luna, or wrapped Luna on Coinbase, where it was down 98%, and it was just under $10. And I pay pretty close attention to all the cryptos each day. So this was surprising to me, and I thought it was just an irrational sell-off. And so I took, when in Vegas gambling, right? I took the risk thinking, I'm gonna sell out of BICO, and I'm gonna take every dollar of that, jump into this coin, which I did. I bought all 42 grand plus another 5 grand in a Webull account into BICO at around 590 on Coinbase with the 42 grand, and then later I bought all my Webull in at about $2 when it the next day. So anyway, that night I wake up, and it's about 80 cents when I wake up in the morning, and then kind of going up to $1, and I was like, crap. But I thought, you know what, it's just one of those super volatile things. Like, this can recover. This is clearly a fluke thing. This is a top 10 token. There's no way it's gonna go to zero or lose all of its value, or it's not gonna go below $1. Like, I'm thinking about calling the banks to try to get a loan as fast as I can, for like 20, 30, 40 grand, get it in there and try to make the money back, right? Or make even more on the way up, and finally hit my lottery ticket to give me the financial freedom I've been working towards. And so eventually I'm late for my meetings. I gotta go. So I head to the meetings, go throughout the day, paying attention to it. One point that morning, I went to the bathroom. It had ran up to like just over $7. And so I was like sitting there using the urinal, saw it at $7, and I thought to myself, I need to just sell this. When I saw it at $1 this morning, I need to just get back out, because I could get out break even from what I bought in at, and just reevaluate which coin I wanted to jump back into, to get back on track for a recovery. And I didn't, because I had my sell at 749, which did not get filled. And then later that afternoon I came back, and it was down to like 250. I was like, shit, looks like I'm losing my money. So a little bit after that, later that afternoon, it was teetering between 2 and 250. I saw it rising up from $2, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take all the money out of my Webull. I'm going to sell that off and put that into here as well, because clearly it's going to go back up. It's not going to sit here, this low. Well, that was the second mistake, and then after that, it basically just started going down. So that night, I talked to my girlfriend, kind of told her what was going on, and it was down to about $1. And I was like, honey, like this might be one of the greatest opportunities you could have to make a bunch of money real quick. And I talked her into getting a brokerage account with Webull, because it was easy to use, and so she had like about $1,000 in there original invested, most of it in crypto, and which was now down to about $600. So sold out what she had, bought into Luna at $1.06, and then I got on the phone with her and explained, hey honey, I'm about to be in a meeting. I need to make sure you're aware, because I kind of handled the account for her. Want to make sure you're aware of how you can sell this. You need to pay attention to it over the next 2 to 3 hours, because I won't be able to while I'm in the meeting. And if you see it go to 274, 275, you'll be back over $1,000 on your account. You should sell, or just pay attention to it. And if it goes up further, pick a point and sell it. So I explained how you do a market order to quickly sell it. Easy explanation. So I'm in the meeting, and she calls me and says, hey honey, it's down below $1. It's at 80 cents. And so I'm a little wigged out. So I step out, and then I end up going back to my hotel room at this point. We had only been at the event for maybe 20 minutes. Everyone's having dinner. We're in Las Vegas. It's an awesome situation. I mean, right now, we got the Chainsmokers private concert with our company. I could be sitting there, 5 feet from the Chainsmokers private concert. But when you get to the end of this video, you'll basically see why I couldn't pull myself together to even go to this event. Yeah, beautiful Las Vegas, right? So I then came back and started watching it and trading it, and I knew that if it broke below $1, like this thing's gonna go down, probably all the way to the 11 cents, where that lowest support was. But I was cloudy judgment, and wasn't thinking straight, and basically from there just watched my money erode. Rather than, at that point it was like 80 cents. I could have just salvaged about $5,000, which, to see what was at one point $115,000 go down to $5,000, and think about how am I ever going to flip that back up to get back to 100 grand. It was never going to happen. So I didn't, and I was frustrated or whatever. And I kind of just prayed about it, went to bed, talked to my girl about what's going on, and then next morning I woke up, and sure enough, it was down to like 20 cents, 18 cents, 10 cents. And then I almost lost it. I didn't even know what to do. I couldn't even think that life was real right now. That was every penny I had. On top of that, had $30,000 racked up on a zero interest credit card, because I've been putting my money into the crypto and not paying off that credit card, and basically using that as like a free loan to DCA into crypto while we were in a down point over the past year, thinking by this time next year, if I rack up whatever $25,000 or something, I'll greatly outpace it with the crypto market. And so I had all the money to pay that off, any money I owed anybody else. I had that to pay off. I don't borrow money from people, but I did have, about 10 grand I borrowed from my dad a while back for a different situation. But anyways, I then went about my day and came back this afternoon, and then it was down to a penny. And I was just, didn't even know what to think, you know. Not only that, it just kept going down, and it kept going down farther and farther. Next thing you know, what was 115 grand about a month ago, and what was about 80 grand last weekend and 42 grand Tuesday night, was now about $2. So, I mean, mind you, I followed what was going on in the news. I knew what was happening. I heard the rumors that they were, minting more and more of this coin, and there could be tons of supply added, but it couldn't really find, it was all, through stock twits or whatever else was, chat room stuff. I wasn't sure how true it was, and being the fact that I'm in the middle of these work meetings, I didn't exactly, have the time to really research everything properly. And that was probably another big mistake. You certainly don't put almost all of your saved up money, especially when you're leveraged and have a $30,000 zero interest credit bill that's due in a month to be paid, when you're not able to pay attention to the high risk trade that you just jumped into. So at the end of the day, I lost it all. June 6th, I got a credit card payment to make of $30,000 that I don't have. And all I basically got is about $65 of chips here at the Caesar's Palace where I'm staying, that I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to just go play this $65 and try to make it back. Although I couldn't even get out in public right now. I should be at the event. Can't do it. I just been back in my room and talking to my girlfriend, trying to get my head straight and figure out how I'm going to move forward. I got a 7-year-old son, and massive child support. This was tough. So anybody else out there who's kind of went through this, I feel for you. People say that, but a lot of people don't know what it actually feels like to lose that much money, especially when you worked really hard to save it up or to trade it up or however you got it, and then just to see it eroded away in 2 days. But I did also see these threads about people talking about suicide and different things who've went through, massive losses of money, and they don't think it's worth living. And I will say this, if there's anybody out there who's that depressed about the money, you do need to go talk to your friends and family, because, there's no amount of money that's more important than your life. And if you're attaching your finances and your wealth to your self-worth and your worth to others, which at times I did, then you might want to seek some help, because it's not a healthy way to think. It's not the way you probably should think. And I don't want anyone to have to go through what I went, and I don't want anyone who did go through what I went through to do something like that and give up on their life. So anyway, I'll probably check the comments. I've never posted a YouTube video, but got a little bit of knowledge on crypto and a couple other different things, so maybe I'll make some more videos or something if this takes off. But everyone out there who was affected by the LUNA catastrophe or any other crypto catastrophe that's gone on, keep your head up. Money's not everything. You'll figure something out. And good luck out there. Everybody stay safe. Thanks.